And welcome back, everybody, to the Ball God and Fat Boy podcast. It has been a while since we've done these. It seems like we have these conversations a lot now. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, but people don't know behind the scenes stuff. And I mean, if you want to pull back the curtain, that's fine. If you don't, fine. I really don't care. This is just kind of, I mean, when we start, I mean, when we start getting monetized for this, people can complain. Till then, everybody just seems to just enjoy what we can give them when we can give it to them.
Okay, fair enough. There you go.
If
Basically,
you,
the Fat Boy said he don't care. You
well,
gotta
just
deal with it, and y'all like what you get.
just enjoy it, and you start paying me some money, and I'll do better. I promise.
Well, he'll do more. I don't know about better, but he'll do more.
I'll do more for sure.
So, well, it's been a while. We've got lots to talk about. I'd say let's start with the Cowboys. I mean, they're the biggest thing going. Let's talk about the Cowboys. We just had the draft, and some people were happy, some people were a little upset with how it turned out. So, what'd you think?
Agree with talking about the Cowboys, but let's not bury the lead. You're wearing Dallas Stars green, Dallas Stars shirt. I'm wearing Dallas Stars hat. We are definitely getting to the Stars, but we're going to start with the Cowboys, which is fine. But I don't want anybody to think we're just where's Waldo at right now. So, but yeah, so Cowboys draft. I mean, you want to talk about the draft itself? You want to talk about what the Cowboys did, or
Okay, first let's talk about something you should be excited about, which is the Cowboys' first round pick.
yes, Tyler Booker, our third Tyler on the line. But a Tyler I know more about. He come from the Roll Tide, the great University of Alabama. He is I mean he's as advertised. He's a man child. He's a beast. He will plug a hole and plug it well. You will other than the only way you'll complain about Tyler Booker is if he gets injured a lot, which he's never been injury prone. So I think everything's blue skies and rainbows when it comes to Tyler Booker being on the line.
Okay.
He'll
Are you upset with the organization taking a guard, an interior lineman, with pick number 12?
No, because if you like Randy Galloway, to quote the great Randy Galloway, watch the damn game. If you're watching the draft, by the time unless you wanted to pay some of them exorbitant prices to move up, such as what Cleveland did, what New York did, you stayed where you stayed at your pick, and you addressed a major need for this team, for Dak, and for whatever running back we bring in. Because right now, I don't think our running backs officially even on the roster yet. Uh, so um, so no, I wasn't a bit upset taking him, Terry Lyman.
Okay, because a lot of people were wanting receiver.
Well, I understand that, but and there might be a receiver there, but you're not even the receiver you're wanting to get is not receiver one, and it's not even receiver two. It's receiver three really. It's two and a half three. So why are you taking a receiver three with your first round pick?
Now, I think they're looking for receiver two.
Well, I disagree with that. Assuming I don't even personally know who's still on the roster as of today. Does that make me a bad fan? But I don't get notified every time we lose a player to free agency. Um, and I personally like is Cook still here? Or did he
No.
move? Cook's moved on.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if unless you could look it up, who our actual receiver core is right now, we may need it to.
You wouldn't
But
recognize half the names. We needed two.
okay, well, that's fine. But and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying based off the scouting and the scouts and our head scout, what's his name? Help me.
Will McClay?
Will McClay. He wanted to go lineman, and I'm not going to argue with my lineman, especially when it comes out of Alabama. and I know we needed to fill in the holes anyway. So I'm
Well,
okay with it.
okay, so here's the only problem is he was selected a couple picks ahead of where your Hall of Fame guard that just retired was picked. So the expectations for him are going to be through the roof.
Which I know the character of the boy or the young man now. I know how he was in.
Well, you know what he was when he was in Alabama.
I know who recruited him. I know what the person that instilled that recruited him. I know. So therefore, I feel like he's one of mine. So therefore, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna worry about that. There's something to worry about.
Okay, all right. So what do you think about the cornerback we took, Rebel?
I thought we went. Did we go defensive end next?
Yeah, probably so, but it wasn't. I mean, Rebel we had a second round grade on him, and we got him in the third, I believe, the third
Yeah.
or fourth. So
Okay. We took a defensive end next, and then we went cornerback, and then that was day one and day two. Day one was the offensive lineman. Day two was the defensive end and the corner. Get out of there! Get out of the toilet! Sorry, this public information has been brought to you by Don't Let Dogs Drink Out of the Toilet. Um, Day two, we took the cornerback. Day three, we went ahead and addressed some of the wide receiver running back needs and some more defensive players.
yeah, I mean, I think the running back out of Texas has a chance to do something.
Yeah, and then the other boy, Maffa, is it Maffa the one out of Texas?
No, Blue's the one out of Texas.
Who's the one out of Texas? I heard Maffa. I heard a good I don't know the right term. It ain't great. It ain't what I'm looking for. A good synopsis.
What?
Thank you. Synopsis, evaluation, very close to one another. The oh, well, no, maybe not. Never mind. I was about to report false news. That wow, I just went blank. What was I? Where was I at?
Off a running back.
Oh yeah, that I got a good evaluation from Maffa. So we'll see. We won't know nothing about that until training camp, and we won't know nothing about that until if they make any more free agency moves, or trades, and we won't know about that until we actually see some game footage and some starters and some non-injuries and all that stuff. But
I think they're going to trade for a wide receiver.
yeah, I think that too. That's why I wasn't worried about wide receiver. That's another reason I was okay with offensive linemen. So, what do you? And if we were trying to get the inside track on all the good Tylers, I think we're way ahead on that game.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean,
we got to
use everybody's last name because all their first names are going to be Tyler on the offensive line.
We got a Guyton, and then we got a Booker, and then we got a Smith. So we got lots of Tylers. But anyway, which I think all are good. Don't get me wrong. So I would.
Hold on. So while we're on there, let's talk about the fact that the Cowboys addressed some needs, but at every pick that they had up until the fifth round, Shedeur Sanders was available. Are you upset they didn't take him?
No. Are you?
No, I hadn't been near as high as everybody else was on him.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think the right person went number one? In your opinion, did the right person in this draft go number one? Are you taking?
I don't think he was the best player. Was he the best quarterback? It remains to be seen. We'll see. Shedeur could be the best quarterback out of this class.
Yeah. But to kind of answer my question, you probably wouldn't have took the boy for Tennessee at one. And do you like the move that Cleveland made by it was Cleveland? No, that the Jaguars made to get to Cleveland to go get Travis Hunter.
Yes, I do like that.
I do too. And did you believe that we had some arguments about this going into the draft? I had Travis Hunter one way, you had Travis Hunter the other way. Do you now believe Travis Hunter is going to be one of those Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson phenoms, or do you still got him? Or even I'll even give you a newer player than that. The boy out of the Dodgers. Do you have him that, or do you just have him normal? Because I have him more like that than I do normal. So I've
You're
got him
you're saying as a two-way star?
two-way star stud. Um, could very well elevate a team that needs elevating real bad because they are the Jaguars as an organization are a dumpster fire. I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's one of those things. I don't know if that's the best place for him to go.
well, is he the kind of player that can make them not a dumpster fire though? I mean,
It's real hard for a player to save an organization.
okay, well that's an answer. Okay, so but you like the player. You don't like who went first, or not necessarily don't like him. You wouldn't have took him first. So and I would have went Hunter first. So I think we're kind of in agreement on that.
Yeah, yeah. Now I did not like where Carter went.
Where did he go? The Giants?
Yeah.
Did they traded up to get him too, right?
No, I think they stayed there.
Oh, I thought they traded up to get him too. I thought
Okay.
I don't remember. But anyway, still tied overtime 33. This is the winner of this one plays the Dallas Stars, so I got it on the background, but according to FCC laws, I can't show it to you.
There you go.
But I can
But
say
all right, so we're gonna have uh next year we'll see how Hunter does. I mean, first of all, I think the organization could ruin him. He's got a chance to play on both sides of the ball. We'll see if they do anything with him or not, or it could just be horrible. Okay. And
thank you,
then,
thank you for that thumbs up, whoever that was.
yeah, but
Um,
now you've got on the flip side of that, I think Shador went to like one of the places, if you're going to get drafted in the fifth round, one of the worst places he could have possibly went.
where'd he go? Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
So, I mean, anybody else could have took him. I was kind of hoping
Although,
the Steelers would draft him.
although he can go learn a new hold there. That's what the old wrestling term of Vince McMahon. And he would make somebody leave and go away for a while and learn a new hold. That's kind of what I'm using there. He could go learn from his new team brother on how to handle the massage parlor thing, and that's just what Shadur needs: some massage parlor etiquette.
I mean, just let Deshaun Watson just fade off into oblivion with all of his money.
Was he coming out of college, and how much did he screw up his career by
I mean,
by?
this guy coming out of college, how good was he at Houston?
He was great at Houston, but he was better at Clemson. Trust me, he was. I had the headache of him at Clemson. He was so good, and then I mean, just because he, there's just so many things I can't say that I want to say that's dirty. It's just because he couldn't control himself. Um, he couldn't act right. He had to mess it all up.
That happens to a lot of people. Look at what your boy Shannon Sharp got himself into now.
What is Shannon? I thought Shannon Sharp was in good shape.
Oh, no, no, no. He's got an OnlyFans model that's suing him for $50 million.
See, I mean, okay. I'm going to reserve judgment on that until I hear more evidence. A lot of he said, she said in that deal. I saw what you're talking about now.
Yeah, yeah. He said, she said, and ESPN said that they had talked about like Shannon getting maybe not from ESPN, but like being in the market for somewhere around $100 million on his contract.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to talk about that.
You want to
Uh,
talk about that? Okay.
no. Okay. So let's give you give a grade on on the draft as a whole. I'll give a grade on the draft as a whole. I guess with the Cowboys. Well, I mean, what do you think the Cowboys draft was? Start to finish. I had them. I had them a pretty good grade.
I'm gonna give them a B minus. I think they're a B minus. I think it's solid. They went with fairly safe picks. You got a couple guys with some high upside, and like everything else, it'll be a year or two before we kind of know.
I give them one line bigger than you do. One line. I mean, it's not even it's one line. Where yours is a minus, mine has one little extra line on it. That's a plus. B plus. So if you come out of the draft with a B plus in today's topsy turvy world, you're doing something, in my opinion. I was just sitting here. Why can't I? Why is things blurry? I'm such a dork.
You ain't got no glasses on.
Yeah, might help if I can see a little bit. Excuse my. There we go. Oh yeah, that's much better. Why is everything so blurry? I can actually read the D on your shirt now.
There you go.
So is that enough Cowboys, or anything else till they make another move in free agency or a trade or something? I guess there ain't nothing else to talk about for now.
Well, let me ask you this: through some of the draft interviews and the things that come out,
Breaking news: we Dallas Stars will be playing the Winnipegs because they just won in final overtime, 4-3. Winnipeg Jets.
that may be a problem.
It could be.
We've not had the best season against them.
Yeah, that's who we play next. So anyway, just go back to regular schedule program.
Anyway, so through all the draft process, has your opinion changed on Brian Schottenheimer?
What was there? What has either there been done or not done to have changed my opinion on
Well,
Brian?
listening to some of his interviews with the guys, some of his conversations with them, some of his.
You're a little guy. Give me something you said because I ain't heard none of his stuff.
You're just gonna have to look some of those up and watch them because
Heard nothing ever lives. I mean, I usually don't get involved in football. I just hit a wrong button. Hold on a minute.
hey, you were back fine. I don't know what happened to you.
Well, I had to move it.
Oh, now we're not fine. Now we're somewhere else. Okay, we're coming back. Can you hear us over there? Did you disappear?
I had Sports Center interrupt me of all things and I had to change screens.
Winnipeg won.
Yeah, am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
Sorry about the movement.
With your glasses on now, it's trippy because I've got 3 or 4 different pictures of me going into your glasses, reflecting back and forth.
Yeah, okay. Where were we at?
You were saying that you don't pay attention to any football stuff.
Really don't. We got right now. We're dealing with hockey playoffs. We're dealing with baseball, of course, sort of.
The NBA playoffs were going on, but that didn't affect the Mavericks.
And when it doesn't affect my team, it doesn't affect me. I'm not one of them guys that sit around and watch a basketball game that doesn't directly involve me or my team. So, I'm not that guy. Do you want to? Is this a good spot to mention Super Scheffler?
Yeah, he had him a heck of a weekend. What'd you think about that?
He did. He was out at. They were out at McKinney for the Byron Nelson, which is not. It's not only the Byron Nelson anymore, but I still just call it the Byron Nelson. And he tied a record. I'm pretty sure he tied it. He shot 32 under for the tournament, which is ridiculous. And Van Rooyen was second. I think he shot around 23 or 24 under. But Scotty was on fire, and he showed why everybody why he's still even at this course and I mean, he's still the world number one, and so it was just I just was really impressed with his play, and he was on, he was dead on. So so he won Byron Nelson. That's a tournament that's around here in our area, so pretty cool. So I'm glad he did that.
Who come in second?
Van Ruin, Van Ruin, the one that wears the jogging pants, bottoms on the bottom of his legs, and the mustache. Got a got a big old handlebar mustache.
No, okay. Well, good for Scotty, man. I love to see that.
Yeah.
He's had
Uh,
a pretty good 3, 4 year run here.
Slightly. Yeah. So and then of course not bearing the lead, but just to interject on the fact that, like I said, Winnipeg just won that game. Now it's going to be our Dallas Stars versus the Winnipeg Jets, and you had a little trepidation when you heard Winnipeg won it because we had played good against them this year. So you worried about that series now?
Uh,
First,
yeah, but I think everybody's worried about it. I mean, both these series went to 7 games, so it's not like anybody just really dominating during these playoffs.
that's true. Um, well, so we'll get in there and see what happens. I guess I do. I was that game last night. That game last night was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It shows you why you go out and make a big trade. It paid off for you.
Sure enough. Uh, so what else? What else is going on?
Oh, we've talked football, we've talked hockey, we've talked golf.
Yeah,
We could talk Rangers. I went to a Ranger game. I took my kids to their first Ranger game this week. First time I'd been to the new stadium. I like it. It seems like it feels smaller because it has the roof on it. Did you feel that at all?
yeah. It's more enclosed. I liked it when I went. It was I think it was a little more crowded than when you went. Um, I sat down a little bit lower than you did. Not bragging, just stating.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, sure you're not. Sure you're not. I know. Sorry about that. We couldn't afford your rich people seats, okay?
I didn't buy my seats. I had the hockey intern took me. So um, um, the they just there's a word I don't ever say because I'm a sports what's the right word, superstitionist. I believe in sports superstition. Like you don't talk about a no hitter during a no hitter. You don't talk about it in a perfect game during a perfect game. You don't talk about the Y word. You don't talk about what the Y word is.
Yeah, I
Uh,
got you.
so, but the Rangers bats are going through some things right now, and back in the day, before political correctness, there used to be some remedies for this, but we can no longer can speak of those because they're not politically correct. So, to quote Tin Cup, which is politically correct still, all the players need to when they get dressed tomorrow, they need to take the change out of their left pocket, put change in the right pocket, put a T in the back of their hat, turn the hat around backwards, uh, and whatever else they can figure it out to do, um, based off of you know what I'm talking about. Tin Cup, seeing Tin Cup, where he had to get out of his own he had to get out of his own head and just hit the ball. Which is I'm quoting a sports movie about sports, about another sport, but I think it applies to this situation. Um,
I can tell you, I went and saw firsthand, and I hated for my kids to for this to be their first game that they're seeing. They still had a good time, but we lost 13-1. 13
oh,
one. I don't remember. We had a position player pitching by the end of the game, throwing
yeah,
5 miles an hour.
and now see your kids think that's normal, and
No, they don't think that's normal, but they just, I mean, that's where we were. So
yeah,
We didn't get to see closers come in. We didn't get to see none of that. And it got out of hand in a hurry.
Yeah.
We did finally, the Rangers did hit a home run in the ninth inning, the eighth or not, and we got to see the fireworks from the scoreboard.
Well, that's cool. Glad to get to see that. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, they're still within striking distance of 500. They got some time to get out of this. We got lots of time. We got lots of.
Hey, pitching has been doing good. This was just a bad thing.
Degrom, Degrom is right now on another planet. I mean, he is pitching lights out. I've watched his last two starts, start to finish, and he is pitching like he is possessed. He just can't get his support. Cannot get any bats to back him up.
Well, I mean, Leiter had been pitching good. That's who pitched the game we went to.
Yeah, so I guess my point is they fired. I saw where they fired the hitting coach. I don't believe. I don't believe in that stuff. I understand what they're trying to do. I believe it's. I believe it's player to player, and I don't. And I don't necessarily know how to fix it any more than the next person does. I just know it needs to be fixed before
Well,
we get.
Corey Seager coming back from being hurt's not going to hurt it.
Yeah, and before we get into the dog days, which they won't be the dog days inside there, but we'll be the dog days out here. So we got that. We got that to look forward to. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Uh,
You got any bull riding update or anything for us?
well, no, we're between the last stop and the World Finals, which I don't think they kick off to around May 18th, May 19th. So we're kind of in that. We're in that transitional period. So no bull riding to speak of. I do have a little wrestling I can comment on, which I know everybody enjoys. Uh, uh, wrestling talk with the fat boy.
What
And
happened?
well, after WrestleMania, Gunther, he's a German.
Who is it?
He's a German. He plays a German character that's real mean. He was the world champion, and Jey Uso beat him. Well, he come out on the first Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and he put his hands on Michael Cole. Michael Cole's been there 28 years. He's an announcer, and whether you know it or not, Michael Cole's broadcast partner is a kind of a hot deal right now. His name's Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee then went to take up for said Michael Cole and got choked out for his trouble. So now that he's been choked out, now they're going to have now Gunther and Pat McAfee are going to have a wrestling match at a pay-per-view or a PLE premium live event. This next one, which is this next Saturday, not yesterday, but a week from yesterday, and it'll be Backlash. It'll be Gunther, the German monster, versus Pat McAfee, the announcer that's taking up for his friend. So we got that to look forward to.
So did they build that storyline? Are you invested in that?
Yes, because I'm a McAfee fan. I am invested in it because I don't like nobody touching Michael Cole. He's a Hall of Famer announcer, and I agree. I agree that you shouldn't be bullied, and Gunther had no business putting his hands on Michael Cole and bullying somebody. I agree that McAfee's going to get his ass whooped by Gunther, but I also agree that McAfee did the right thing. Even in real life, if somebody bigger is picking on somebody littler, then somebody that can help should help, and that's what my it's still just scripted entertainment, but I like scripted entertainment, so
Could McAfee hang with him? I mean, he was a punter.
McAfee was professionally trained after he quit. After he quit football, McAfee trained under. And I'm going to go blank. A professional wrestling trainer, and I'll think of it in a minute. So, no, no, no,
It wasn't.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't Hogan. Rip Rogers. Rip Rogers is a trainer that McAfee trained under. McAfee bought him a ring, and so he's got some. I mean, he's got some know-how, but he doesn't have a lot of. He's not a polished everyday wrestler where Gunther is. So Gunther. I mean, he'll give Gunther a small fight. I got it going about 7-8 minutes before Gunther powerbombs him through the ring and ends it.
Oh, you
But
don't think McAfee could win it?
huh?
You don't think McAfee could win it?
I think he could. There are some what they call some wrestling nuance. I think he could. I think he could get a quick one. You know what getting in wrestling is. You know what getting a quick one means.
No, what does it mean?
Means something happens. Somebody throws some powder in his face, and he rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. A good quick 1, 2, 3, and you run out like you stole something. I think he could get a quick one on Gunther, but if it's a straight up wrestling match, Gunther's the more talented individual, so it should. I mean, if it was something you were going to bet on, you wouldn't bet on Gunther to get beat by Pat McAfee. Sorry, he's got a puncher chance, and I don't even know if he's got that much of a chance.
Oh, see, I mean, you're talking about wrestling, so why wouldn't you think that Michael Cole's going to intervene?
Oh, it's about the principle of the thing. He's gonna save face and look good, look like. I mean, he's gonna be all right, but he ain't gonna. I don't think he's gonna win. So unless now Gunther could lose it a different way. Gunther could get disqualified, do something stupid, and Pat McAfee could win that way. So there are scenarios where Gunther comes out losing, but McAfee comes out losing more by getting his butt kicked. So we'll just see how it all comes out in the wash. But I said it all because I'm a McAfee fan. I'm a podcast fan. I'm a sports fan. I don't, if I don't talk about him, I got to talk about the other guy that I can't stand going for the world championship.
Who?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Fighting for his first world title against aforementioned Jey Uso, the one that took the title from Gunther at WrestleMania.
So, I mean, who do you want to win here?
Where?
Who do you want to end up with the title?
Huh?
Who do you want to end up with the title at the end of all that?
Not Logan Paul. I'm trying not to cuss. B word, but.
Is there any chance Pat McAfee ends up with this title in the
No, they're fighting for the title. 2 different matches.
Okay.
2 separate matches. But if I ain't talking about one, I should be talking about the other. And I don't want to talk about Logan Paul. I'd rather talk about Pat McAfee. And of course, you got other storylines in wrestling too. But those are Pat McAfee. No offense to people, but Pat McAfee and Logan Paul kind of run mainstream. They do other things besides wrestle.
Yeah, you ain't telling me nothing. I end up having to buy a Prime about once a month, once every couple months, because their marketing is pretty good on that.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't mean to be a dummy, but them boys, them guys come with some gravitas. I mean, in the real world, not in the rest of the world. Meaning, people want to see Logan Paul either lose or win. People want to see Matt McAfee either get his comeuppance or give Gunther his comeuppance. It's just part of. But there's a lot of Pat McAfee fans out there. There's a lot of Logan Paul fans out there. So it is what it is. Those kind of things WWE really get behind to really make especially the smaller pay-per-views or PLEs, to give them some notoriety so they can make money. That's what it's all about, making money.
Okay. Who do you think the biggest heel in WWE is right now?
Biggest heel?
Yeah.
That depends on Gunther. He's one of the bigger heels.
Okay.
But like Seth Rollins, he's trying to be a heel, but he's such a tweener. Oh no, that's not the biggest heel right now. John Cena is the biggest heel right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. John Cena is threatening people and cursing kids and not really necessarily cursing them, but cursing like in the.
I thought he was a good guy.
That was for this run. This is his last. This is his last hurrah. So he turned bad guy to go on the way out.
He turned bad guy to go out.
Yeah, he's turning bad guy. You know how in basketball they do those tours where they go to each city and they say bye to everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Like in basketball, like dirt.
Farewell. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cena's doing that, but he's doing it as a bad guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So matter of fact, he's getting. Um, I think him and Randy Orton have got a match at Backlash. So Randy Orton's good. Get that RK out of nowhere if you ain't watching carefully.
Isn't that
But
like two old guys going at it though?
huh?
Isn't that two old guys going at it?
Well, are you old?
Yep.
Am I old?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. Then yes. The answer to your question. The answer to your question is absolutely. Hmm.
All right, so what else you got? I can't believe you've kept us all in suspense. We've talked about the draft, we've talked about hockey, we've talked about baseball, we've talked about wrestling, golf, and yet your favorite sports league you have not even brought up yet.
I watched the UFL today. It was good. It was good football to have when there ain't no other football. I'm happy to talk about it, but I don't get a lot of support about it. And the
Oh, you don't feel supported on that.
I do not feel supported. The Stallions won today, and I watched the Battlehawks beat the Renegades yesterday. So yeah, I mean I'm still enjoying it. It's still going fine. I just they're just I mean we're just in regular season mode. I mean
How many games is the season over there?
I'd have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head, sir.
Okay. How many games have they played?
So far,
Yeah.
this is probably I think it runs through. I think it runs through every bit of May. So and they're probably in week 5 or 6.
Okay.
I think that's not all.
That's
I got
not.
I got one more thing. We uh, we need to talk about
Is that bagpipes I just saw on your screen there?
bagpipes.
It looked like somebody was carrying something around. Yeah, I don't know. I'm watching it on your glasses.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah.
The fact that we were talking about doing where are you at currently? Do you want to pull back that part of the curtain, or are you still not there yet? No.
No, undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location or parts unknown. All right, then that's all I do have then. I thought I had something else, but
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty good. We got back. We got to talk a little sports, catch up a little bit. If y'all stayed this long, we appreciate y'all. Like,
hey, I do
subscribe.
have. I mean, if anybody's got any questions about they want us to talk about, Send them to the bald guy through the messenger, and we'll write them down and we'll address them during the podcast. If there's anything you want us to cover that we're not covering. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I just thought I'd leave you with a little dead air and see what you were gonna do with it there.
I don't care. Roll Tide.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all next time. We'll see. Hopefully, we say this every time. It's been a long way off, but hopefully, in a little shorter time period, we're gonna plan on doing an episode next week. So, but all right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Roll Tide.